Hi, and welcome to WDWP.co. Why do we play? I'm Dave,
I'm Chad.
I'm Matthew.
and this is our very first podcast. Today, in the spirit of the season, we're going to talk about E3. And the question I have today is, what's the biggest thing that we all took away from E3? Chad, what was your biggest thing you took away this year?
Me, like many other people, probably is the Rainbow Six demo.
Great.
I live in an apartment now, as you can see. We're at my place, and I would love picturing blowing holes through the walls and shooting through them. So that's my main thing.
Awesome. Matthew?
Honestly, for me, the biggest surprise was Grim Fandango.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Remastered for the upcoming for the PlayStation 4. It's a game I've heard a lot of great things about. I used to be big into those kinds of adventure games back in the day, but I never had the chance to play that one. So I'm looking forward to not only getting to play a classic, but getting to play it with upgraded graphics and presentation.
Very cool. Well, I guess for me, I was honestly going to say Rainbow Six, but I wanted to add some diversity this time. There was one other game that really stuck with me that encouraged me to pick up something else recently that I'll get back to later, but I'm going to say Metal Gear Solid 5. That's something that really blew me away this year. I'm not a Metal Gear fan at all, but I'm slowly becoming one. But I think that was one of the biggest things that just blew me away this year, just the presentation alone, and I can't wait for that game.
Looks good, but you just bought the collection as well. I mean, that has to show some tribute. And you beat Solid this weekend, right?
Oh yeah, well, look, I was gonna let one of you guys go first, but I went out of my way after I saw that trailer to get the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection on PS3, and it has every Metal Gear game on there, I believe, that they've made so far. And I'm gonna start in order going through Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Peace Walker. I might go back to the original Metal Gears after that. That's a lot of gaming I already have to do, but after spending, Sunday and Saturday? Yeah. I just dedicated both days. I just couldn't stop playing Metal Gear Solid. It was, even as a PS1 game, it still holds up today. Just a great game. And I love the series so far. And in fact, I didn't realize it at the time, but a few years ago I had played, you remember Twin Snakes on the GameCube?
Yeah, I've heard about it and play it.
Did you ever play that at all? It was basically Metal Gear Solid, just updated HD graphics with new controls and everything. So I pretty much played through it before, but it was nice going back to the original. But man, like Chad, you said it, Rainbow Six. Wow. What did you think of that game, or why did that blow you away?
Well, I've never seen anything that looks like that, and I don't know if it'll remain like that, needless to say, but I don't know. It's if you took back when I was a child and told me that there would be a game like that in the future, I would have called you a liar. I was playing with Sonic the Hedgehog, Altered Beast. That stuff was great. Now we're flying jets around and shooting holes through walls and blasting terrorists through roofs. It's awesome, man.
Yeah. You said Grim Fandango, was it?
Yeah.
LucasArts old game.
That's right. Well, tell me a little bit more about that, man.
Well, it's from my understanding, it's a point-and-click kind of adventure. You play as a detective in the afterlife. The art style, and I think this is part of its charm, the art style is basically take Dick Tracy and the Day of the Dead holiday down in Mexico, and you mix them together, and that's, like everybody looks like one of those skeleton people.
Yeah, kind of like, I wanted to say Nightmare Before Christmas, but
it has a
quite
little
like that,
bit of that vibe,
but more like,
but not that Tim Burton-ish.
Yeah, more authentic to the culture, I want to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely got a flavor unique to its own, and I'm curious to see how they do it, because LucasArts did a lot of good games back in the day, and I think they did Monkey Island too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also thinking here, going back to the first question, what was the biggest piece of fan service that you saw at E3 this year?
Well, I got to be honest. I didn't watch many of the videos. I was getting most of my news in written form from IGN.
Okay.
Actually, two things stick out to me. So, not having seen the videos, I don't know what the presentation was like. But the remastering of the original Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah, great call. Yeah.
That was a big game for me when I was younger, and I'd love to play an updated version of that.
I still haven't played it. They made so damn many that I never picked up the series.
Yeah, I mean the third one, in my opinion, is the best I've played, but the first one was definitely a great place to start.
Very cool.
And the other thing, honestly, it's a strange one. I think they're called amiibos.
Yeah, for the
Yeah, they're
Nintendo.
little Nintendo figurines, kind of like the Skylanders and the Disney Infinity.
Oh, all right.
And they're going to somehow work with their games using the Wii U controller thing. I don't have a Wii U, but I want a Samus and a Bowser on my shelf. That's all I care about. You know, I'm not going to get a Wii U. I don't think it's worth the money, but I want those figures because I love those franchises. And so, yeah.
Awesome. Well, what about you, Chad?
Oh, we're doing fan service.
Fan service. Like, what was something that you think would cater to the fan, or that answered something that a fan really wanted, or?
I have not played a Zelda game. I was telling you guys earlier.
Yeah,
Since Majora's Mask.
Oh, wow.
I played them. You know what I mean? But I played Majora's Mask and Zelda enough when I was younger that my parents were like, take it away. You know what I mean? So I haven't played anything since that. So seeing this new Zelda trailer, it's pretty cool. Like Matt was saying, it's not dying in the graphics. It's not overly impressive.
It's not like next Jenny that we've seen in some other games, but it's still much prettier than some games.
Probably should have made you watch that after or before Rainbow Six.
Right. Well, but my comment on that one is, you know, the Zelda games have always been great, but you feel like it's supposed to be epic, but like, you know, Ocarina of Time, even Twilight Princess, you feel like you're in a province. You don't feel like you're in the entire. You feel like you're cut off from the majority of the kingdom, and it looks like they're really trying to fix that with this.
Yeah.
This one.
So that's what I'll call my biggest fan service because of that. So I'd like to be able to go to, I think we were saying the Water Kingdom first or whatever.
Oh yeah, like because like the world's
Water
just
temple.
open and accessible. There's no boundaries, and you can just start off wherever. That it would be kind of cool, like to go to the water temple first, or
buy iron
the
boots from a,
volcano,
or a merchant or something.
yeah, like just I'm interested to see what they can do with that.
It just looks interesting. That's not saying by any means that I'm going to defect from my Xbox One and buy a Wii U. If Nintendo's watching this, I'll think about it.
Third party Nintendo will buy everything you put out.
I would do that, or make those tablet controllers so I can actually purchase them without buying another system. Because there's an 8-year-old that wanders around here sometimes that could potentially sit on it, and I don't want to own 2 Wii U's for no reason. So heed my call and do that, and I will purchase it. All right.
Gosh,
Yeah.
now I'm thinking. You got me thinking about. Yes, they're both parents, or that they both have kids that they look after.
Watch after a kid, yeah.
I guess for me, I guess on that kid note, I felt like a kid when I watched it. It was Little Big Planet 3. It was just seeing 3 brand new characters that they're bringing the entire back catalog from 1 and 2, all the user-created levels to 3, all remastered as well. That's just so much content. That's a ridiculous amount. And being one of the few games as a Sony guy that we can play with other people, I thought it was cool to see something that was multiplayer that we could all jump into for a change and have some fun with. So I thought that was really cool too. But yeah. All right, and last question for today, guys, is what was your biggest disappointment of this year's E3?
Why don't you go first this time?
Oh, because I didn't think of anything.
We talked about this before we started the recording.
Yeah, you go first.
What, me?
Yeah.
It starts with an H.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I wanted to see H1Z1,
Yeah.
the zombie game, and I wanted to see DayZ on either system or a hint at it or something. Like, I know you're making it. Just show me something. That's my biggest disappointment of E3. I love Rainbow Six. I love all that other stuff, but I know you're making it. Just tell us. All right, go ahead.
Please.
Go better?
I do. Sorry.
For me, actually, it was Dragon Age Inquisition.
Really?
Because, you guys know I'm writing a book.
Yes.
That's news to our readers. And somebody suggested, because I haven't played any of the other Dragon games, a friend suggested it because of their Fade concept would be something I could use for inspiration for something I'm trying to figure out for my own thing.
Okay.
And so, I was I was watching. I guess it was their Xbox trailer for it. It looked really cool. Really cool. Watching it. Get to the end. On the bottom, premier content for Xbox players only, or some crap like that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you guys remember my article on pre-orders, basically punishing the players for not shelling out money for a game they've never gotten to see a review for. Yeah, and I understand, exclusive content's how you sell stuff, you own your own studios and stuff for a reason, I get that. But when you're releasing it to everybody and you're basically telling everyone, your computer players, your PlayStation players, or even if the situation was vice versa, basically saying to all of them, screw you.
You bought the wrong
Yeah,
system.
you bought the wrong console. We want you playing this one so we can make more money, or whatever the reason. I'm sorry, EA. I'm not buying your game now.
It's a good point.
It reminds me of, do you remember when, I forget which one, I want to say Soul Calibur 3?
All the characters?
Yeah, and how, like, you had that exclusive character on that one system.
Link
I got
on the
Spawn.
Nintendo.
You got Spawn?
Yeah.
That was Xbox?
Yes. It wasn't bad, but I wanted to play Link.
Yeah.
So,
But, yeah, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't even remember what Sony got, but
Yeah, but,
I remember.
I wanted to say Vader, but I think that was when Vader and Yoda were in it.
yeah, they didn't know.
But was that a later Soul Calibur game?
I think we got Yoda on that.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So they've done it more than once now. Yeah, thinking back on this.
I just think it should be equal across all things if you're going to release to all systems.
I agree.
So I agree with you. Vote with your dollar. Don't buy it. Let them know.
Or at least not until premier content is available on the PlayStation.
Just give it to everybody.
Yep.
Oh man. My biggest disappointment was that I didn't get to see Red Dead Redemption 2. I know it's coming. I know you're working on it, Rockstar. And what I saw instead, which was bullshit, was GTA 5 being talked about as if it's a brand new game. And I'm sorry, I didn't see anything new. I saw a lot of improvements, hooray, but you also lied about that too, but that's another story.
Does it come with heist mode?
I think they're still releasing that for the online content, but I got rid of that game after it pretty much crapped out on me anyway. Yeah, I never got to finish it because my single-player file got corrupted somehow. But I didn't see anything new from Rockstar, and I know that's their next game, and that pissed me off not seeing it. But yeah, that was mine.
I think it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to playing Red Dead as well. So
Take your time with it, but I'm disappointed I didn't see it.
that's a much better way of putting it.
Yeah, it's a nicer way to say it, but I'm still pissed about. Because you guys remember GTA 5 when it came out and all that other crap. They said they said it was going to just be last gen only, and oh well. I'll save that for another topic of
Yeah, we
discussion.
can do that next week.
Well, everybody, we're out of time. So until next time, players, play on.
That's a good say.